Hey everyone, welcome back. For this one, we're going to take a look at the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 550 Ti from 2011. It's a mid-range GPU with 1GB of VRAM, which was pretty average at the time. My model here is from EVGA and has a clock speed of 952 MHz, a shaded clock of 1903 MHz, and the VRAM is clocked at 1089 MHz, all being 6% more than the base model. In terms of display output, we get two DVI ports and a mini HDMI port, and all this is powered by a single 6-pin PSU connector. So this card kinda supports DX12, it doesn't fully support it, and we all know that 1GB of VRAM won't get you far in 2024. I have featured this card before on this channel, pairing it with an i3-2120 to see how capable such a setup would have been for games of its time, but for this one we're going to see how quickly such a card started to show its age. I'll be pairing it with my Ryzen 2700X and 16GB of DDR4 RAM as usual to eliminate any chance of CPU bottlenecking, thus pushing the GPU to its maximum potential. We'll start off with a game that the GTX 550 Ti should be comfortable with running, and that's BioShock Infinite, which came out a couple of years after the GPU. I think we'll start with 1080p, although I think 1080p is quite ambitious, but we'll see how we get on. But we'll go with the low preset. And right, so and this is going okay. We'll just wreak havoc here, and we're getting nearly 70 FPS, so that's better than I thought it would. No stuttering either, so yeah, BioShock Infinite. Oh, catch ammo. Thank you. Oh no. Crud. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, you. Son of a. Let's try that again, shall we? Try again. Right, okay. Where are we? I don't know where I am. I didn't above eat. Don't damage your allies. I don't know what's going on. That thing possessed. Who's shooting at me? Oh, it's that thing again. Not again. But anyway, yeah, we're getting 69 FPS. Nice. Not much. Well, I don't know what that spike's about, but the percentile lows are looking really good. We're maxing out the GPU at 100%. It's just, yeah, it's just sitting there at 100%. But at least you know it's not affecting the performance of the game. No stuttering. No, no graphical issues. Yeah, so BioShock Infinite will run just fine. So we're off to a good start, although I don't think this will bode well for, for newer games than this. GTA 5 now, I figured we'll run this at 720p, because if I try set it to 1080p, the video memory kind of allocation thing goes on. I mean, actually, no, I have changed something since then. At 1080p, yeah, 1080p, video memory 1069, it requires 1069 megabytes of VRAM, which exceeds what we have on the 550 Ti. So I think we'll stick at 720p and see how we get on with that. Right, here we go, and surprisingly, we're getting 100 FPS. I did not expect to get that kind of frame rate. I was expecting worse, but you know, this old hardware is often full of surprises. But yeah, I mean, theoretically then, we should be able to run this at 1080p comfortably. I don't know why it thinks it will exceed the VRAM. But yeah, you know, if you want to play GTA 5 on one of these cards, by all means, you'll get a good frame rate at 720p, provided you set everything to lower settings. But yeah, I mean, you could tweak the settings to get, better quality. But quite frankly, this just goes to show that even today, this GPU from this rather low-tier mid-range GPU from 2011 will run GTA 5 just fine. But what we'll do is, once I get out of this tunnel, I will switch it up to 1080p just to see what kind of impact it actually has. Ooh, we've crashed in the tunnel. Can't park there, mate. Oh, definitely can't park there, mate. Can I take a train? Anyway, let's sort out those Settings and set it to 1080p. Well, that sucks. It won't even let me do it. I thought it would let me do it anyway, but I guess you can't force it. Oh well. I guess we're stuck at 720p. Yep. So I tried running it 1080p and it just wasn't having it. It was warning, not enough VRAM, even though it would be more than capable of running 1080p. But it is what it is. You're stuck at 720p. But yeah, GTA 5 will run fine at these kind of settings. It doesn't look great, but at least it's playable. You know, you get a very playable experience out of it. Hopefully your driving is not as bad as mine. Bloody hell, going sideways. But yeah, let's move on, shall we? Oh god. So Fallout 4 came out the same year as GTA 5, but I reckon it's not going to run as well. Although, looking at this, we are getting nearly 60 FPS. We are running this at 720p with the lower preset, however, but I think this is as good as it's going to get, especially in this part here, which I like to benchmark by helping out Paladin Dance take out some feral ghouls. This is where the frame rate tends to tank, but yeah, as you can see, it is dropping down to 40 FPS. So, oh no. But yeah, and we got percentile lows are dropping there as well. Get out. Stay down. Oh god. My aim would be crippled. No, these stimpaks. It's fine. It's fine. I'll be fine. No, god dang it. Oh, I can't move. Why can't I move? Oh, because I pressed the wrong button. Are we done? And we're done. But yeah, that was quicker than usual. But in general, yeah, with Fallout 4, if you play at 720p with the lower settings, you know, you get a decent frame rate at least. I was expecting worse, but I did actually try this at 1080p. It ran like absolute crap. So this is obviously not a 1080p card. I mean, you might get lucky with some games, but as a rule of thumb, 720p is probably the better option if you're going to play relatively modern games on this kind of hardware. So from one Bethesda game to another, we've got the Skyrim Anniversary Edition. Of course, this card would be more than capable of running the original Skyrim, but I figured I'd see how well it'll run the Anniversary Edition. And we're running this at 1080p this time with low settings, and we're getting 40 odd FPS. Percentile low is looking good as well, although that frame time graph doesn't, quite frankly. But yeah. Oh no, bad stuff in there. Yeah, we'll probably get 60 FPS at 720p. I think it'll be more than capable. Are you supposed to be like behind one of the stalls? As Todd likes to say, it just works. But what is she's supposed to be leaning against the pillar? She's just like stood out. What's going on? I think there's something funny going on here. Honestly, just because I'm trying to play a modded game without any mods. But obviously the frame cap's at 60 FPS, you know, to prevent any kind of, you know, physics bugs. So yeah, 60 FPS is the best you're going to get. And like I say, I reckon 720p low settings will be absolutely fine. 1080p, not so great. But hey, at least it runs the Skyrim Anniversary Edition. Somewhat okay. I mean, we are in one of the more intensive areas in Whiterun, and yeah, it's not too bad. Oh, okay. Oh, now we respond. Okay, I'm off. Bye. Oh no. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I'm probably going to get banned from the companions. Bonk, bonk. Oh, he don't die. Oh well. But after that, I then had a bit of a bad stutter. But yeah, Skyrim. Well, you know, the Anniversary Edition will run on this card. Although your better off at 720p as opposed to 1080p. So I wanted to try out Diablo 4, but the game won't launch for some reason. I don't know if that's an issue with the GPU or what, I don't know. But I thought we'll try the next best thing, Path of Exile, which is a free game you can buy on Steam. If you like Diablo-like games and you like free games, this is the one for you. It's actually really, it's really good. I haven't played it for a while, but it is very enjoyable. You can just get stuck in for a bit, do whatever. But I've, by default, it's set the resolution to 900p, which is fine. And I set everything to the lowest settings possible, and it's looking okay. It's just, the frame rate's not great, but let's go out and try and take out some enemies, I think. Alright, out here, the frame rate is somewhat better. I'm getting 30 odd FPS, which is fine. And let's go take out some enemies. Oh god, what's happening here? Oh, it's just really badly. That was bad. But hey, at least it's playable somewhat. I mean, probably better off reducing the resolution, I think. Maybe down to 720p, might get a better experience. But given, this is a pretty... Mind you, how old is Path of Exile now? It's been out for a few years, hasn't it? Right, okay, we'll set it... I think we'll set it... Well, I don't think we can set it to 720p just yet, because we get enemies just... Right, okay. Right, 720p. 720p. And apparently this is 720p. Is it? That's not 720p. I don't think it's actually changed it. I think we might have to restart the game. Hang on. Right, okay, 720p, and yeah, this is running a lot better than it was before, 900p. So yeah, so optimum settings for Path of Exile. If you're going to play one of these kind of cards, 720p, lowest settings. But yeah, it's you get a playable experience out of it. You don't need 60 FPS to play these Diablo type games. They look just great at 30 FPS. I need to get back into this game. Never actually finished it. I don't actually. Can you finish Path of Exile? Is there an actual end to it, or is it just one of those never-ending games? Because it's free, but it's a fun game. If you've not checked it out and you like ARPGs, it's definitely worth checking out. In fact, I'm amazed this is a free game with as far as I know, no crappy loot boxes or anything like that I have to pay for. I don't notice anything you have to pay for this game. I mean, there might be, but this game is fun as it is without having to right, okay, without having to fork out your life savings for a new skin. But yeah, let's I want to move on, but yeah, I'm getting absolutely thrashed. I'm gonna die. And I'm dead. Right, okay, cool. Let's move on. I figured we'd try CS2. I mean, I think we're getting 36 FPS on it already. That doesn't bode well, but I think we'll just do it for a laugh. We're going to run this at 720p with the lowest setting, or low preset. Disable FSR because you can't use FSR on this generation account. At least I don't think you can, but we'll give it a go in a bit. So let's get stuck into a game. Alright, here we go, and surprisingly, we're getting over 60 FPS. Oh, we're getting over 100 FPS. I did not expect CS2 to run this well. Oh, you son of a... Got me already. But yeah, this is actually really surprising. I mean, of course, with these kind of games, the more frames, the better. But, yeah, I'm really surprised at this. I was expecting, given that the menu was only running at 30 FPS. I did not have high expectations. No, this is pretty smooth. Although I ain't got any kills in yet. And I got one. There we go. Bye-bye. Yeah, we are maxing out the GPU there. And usually these can't, see the last Counter-Strike game, well, CSGO was more CPU intensive, was it not? Oh, come on. But yeah, it's not even stuttering, which is pretty good. That frame time graph's looking good as well. Yeah. yeah, I've got nothing more to say about this. You know, I was expecting, you know, an absolute abysmal performance, but no, this is all good. I mean, it's not great, but it's the fact that it runs at a smooth frame rate at all is, you know, is something. I mean, hell, if we got a, you know, a steady 30 FPS, that would have surprised me. Oh, come on! Get my pistol out. Ah, come on. Anyway, I've not much more to say about this. Yeah, CS2 will run on a GTX 550 Ti with, you know, with little issue, no stuttering. You dead? You dead. Anyway, move on to the next one, shall we? Now, I'm absolutely obsessed with the Mass Effect Legendary Edition at the moment, so I figured I'd throw that in to the mix for hardware of this age. So we're going to try out Mass Effect 3, which have been probably the most demanding game. The thing is, the trilogy does have very interesting recommended specs on the store page. You know, like a minimum GTX 970. No, I can't remember. Was it GTX 76? I can't remember what it is, but you know, but it's more. The game just runs really comfortably on that kind of hardware. But so I thought, try this out on a 550 Ti. So we'll start at 720p. We'll turn everything off because during testing I came to notice there's some weird ghosting issue, which is really odd. It's like you know, like an image had been burned into the screen. Really odd. I actually thought the GPU was dying or something like that. Was really, I've never seen anything like it. But with these settings now, maybe it was one of the settings because I'm not seeing that shadow now, which is good. So at 720p, we're getting 120 FPS in this Cerberus base. This is quite late in the game, but it's actually a good mission to do a benchmark because you get stuck straight into the action. But yeah, it's just running really well. I just don't understand those minimum requirements. They just don't make sense when, you know, we're getting this kind of frame rate on a 550 Ti, you know, a lower mid-range GPU from 2011. I mean, the original Mass Effect 3 would have run absolutely fine. More than capable. The Legendary Edition is obviously a remaster. Oh, I'm gonna die. Bloody Atlas. But I think what we'll do is we'll ramp it up to 1080p and just see if that what that does to the frame rate. Right, so at 1080p we're getting 70. Oh god, it dropped a bit there. It's just because of this bloody Atlas. Get out of my way! I've got a galaxy to save. You guys are not helping. Absolute pain in the ass. Cerberus in the third game. Anyway, bloody hell, James is dead. But it's okay. But yeah, you get, 1080p, we get a bit of a stuttering. Percentile lows are looking great. Oh, both of squad waves are dead. Oh, come on, I'm nearly dead. I forgot now. What am I doing? What am I doing? Go with that one. Alright. Lad, sort yourself out. We got him. We got him. Right, okay. So, yeah, Mass Effect Legendary Edition runs absolutely fine. You have to, like, turn off all the fancy settings, but in all honesty, it just looks fine. Yeah, very surprising. Yeah, I think it might be the maybe the shadow setting that might cause that ghosting issue, but yeah, obviously it's intended for more modern hardware. But yeah, if you want to play Mass Effect Legendary Edition on this card, by all means. And it'll run absolutely great at 1080p as well. We're getting over 100 FPS now that's all over. Outer Worlds now, I'm not feeling too confident about this one, so we'll run it at 720p with the low settings, as low as they can go. Yeah, I reckon, yeah, well, we're getting 30 FPS in the title screen, which is, yeah, let's just see how that goes, shall we? Alright, out into the wilderness we go, and this is pretty much how Starfield runs on modern hardware. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Oh god, the stuttering. Let's see. Let's try and do some combat with this kind of frame rate. Oof. Pew. Why am I using this kind of weapon? Oh god, these things are horrible. I don't like them. They're a pain in the ass to kill. And at this kind of frame rates, it's even harder. No! She dead. Oh god. No, no, I'm gonna die. And I'm dead. Well, yeah. That's as good as it's gonna get, to be honest. So to conclude, I think it goes without saying that the GTX 550 Ti is not a viable GPU for any kind of modern gaming. That's not to say it's completely useless. Such a card would be great if you're looking to build a retro PC on a budget, as these cards can be picked up for around £15. Then again, the superior 560 Ti can be found for similar money, so you may as well go for one of those if you're looking to buy a GPU of this generation. Even better, you don't need to spend much more to obtain a GTX 580. So that's all for this one. Did you have a GTX 550 Ti back in the day? Let me know in the comments below. Feel free to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.